Orbiter X. Episode 2, Conflict in Space. The aim of the Commonwealth Space Project is to assemble a manned space station, codename Orbiter X, 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The first assembly crew, led by Captain Jack Bradley, has run into trouble, and Bob Britton, his co-pilot Douglas McClelland, and flight engineer Hicks undertake rescue operations. They locate Bradley's ship, and Bob and Hicks board it in spacesuits. It's been badly damaged. One man has been killed, and there's no trace of the other members of the crew. Bob and his companion return to their own ship. As they draw away from the wreck, their radar tells them that they're being pursued by an unidentified flying object. The UFO closes in, and their engines are stopped by an explosion which fractures the hull of their ship. Closing the airtight bulkheads against the vacuum of outer space, they suddenly hear the sound of movement on the outer hull. Bob warns his crew to stand by for boarders.
Borders in space? Are we crazy?
No, we're not dreaming either.
But according to the UN Space Bureau, we're the only people out here.
That's right, sir. I've seen the report. No other country has launched any ships for the past month.
No other country is supposed to have launched any ships, not without informing the Bureau. But it's obvious that somebody has been keeping his plans to himself and ganging up on us.
Yeah. I've often wondered what certain people really thought of the Commonwealth Space Project.
Now we know. It sounds as if they're getting down to business. Close the airlock valves, Hicky, and start the emergency generator.
Aye, aye, sir.
At least that'll stop them opening the hatches.
Do you think they mean to come in and get us, Bob?
It could be. There's no doubt they've got Bradley and Wilson, and we're next on the list.
Well, whoever they are, it beats me why they're playing this cat-and-mouse game. They could have blown us to bits with no trouble at all.
Yes.
And if they only wanted to stop us going ahead with the assembly work on Orbiter X, wouldn't it have been safer for them to destroy the component parts? We've had all the bits and pieces circling around the Earth for weeks now.
Maybe they plan to assemble the components themselves.
That's a thought, eh? We supply the goods, and they get the space station.
Hello? Hey, what's going on now?
My guess is that they're rigging up some sort of communication gear. If they could talk us into surrender, it'd save them a lot of trouble.
We can give them trouble, all right, if we can get at them.
And the only way to do that is to go out and meet them, face to face.
Well, I'm ready.
How about it, Bob?
No. They'd pick us off as soon as we tried to leave the escape hatch. No, we can do better than that. If we can get some of the jets working, we can still give the UFOs a run for their money. See what you can do with the engines, Hicky.
Right, Bob.
And you, Mac, get cracking on the intercom.
Okay.
You might break through the interference.
Right. Hello, CSP. Orbiter 2 calling CSP Woomera. Orbiter 2 calling CSP Woomera. Are you receiving me?
No answer at all?
Not a thing. Just mush. Listen to it.
All right, turn it down. Well, Hicky, what luck?
Well, Bob, the damage in the engine room has probably been caused by a missile with a proximity fuse. The starboard compressors have completely had it.
What about the others?
Groups 3 and 4 okay on the port side.
So, if we could get below an altitude of 1,000 miles, we'll be under the interference zone, and we should be able to talk to CSP and warn them.
Then let's get going. What are we waiting for?
The point is, the moment we get underway, the UFOs will almost certainly attack, and they may shoot to kill next time. Are you ready to risk it?
Sure I am.
Yes, me too, sir.
Good. I think the chance is worth taking. So we're all agreed. You can open the taps, Chief.
Aye, aye, sir. Now, it'll take a minute or so to build up the temperatures in the combustion chambers.
Don't worry, we'll wait.
Bob, listen to the intercom. Is it my imagination or...
No. The interference is clear. Start transmitting.
I will. Orbiter 2 calling CSP Control. Are you receiving me?
Try again.
Right.
We are receiving you, Orbiter 2.
That's not Woomera.
No.
Then it must be the...
Yes, UFOs. Exactly. All right, I'll take over. This is Captain Britton, Orbiter 2. Who are you?
This is your escort commander. We regret the damage to your ship. We trust there are no casualties.
Where do you come from? And what are your intentions?
I cannot answer questions. You and your crew will abandon ship and join us. We are close by. The crossing will offer no difficulties.
Engine temperature's almost right, Bob.
Open the jets as soon as you can.
You will carry out my instructions immediately. And in case you hope that our conversation is being monitored at your Earth headquarters, I should tell you it is not. Our engineers have adapted your aerial array for restricted transmission only. You are, in fact, still in the interference zone.
That's one hope, Con. But you were right about the boarders fixing some communication gear, Bob.
So it seems.
All compressors working, sir.
Good man. Open them right up.
Captain Britton, I order you to cut your engine.
Go to blazes!
We're moving out of orbit. Can you get the nose down, Bob?
I'm doing my best, but I haven't got much control. Get a visual bearing on the Earth.
Right. I think we're losing altitude, but it's too soon to say yet.
Height meters swinging all over the place, picking up 40 ground anchors. What's the other ship doing, Hicky?
He's close to stern. I can see his blip on the scanner. Now he's moving under our port quarter.
Check your spacesuits. He'll start throwing things any second now.
Calling Orbiter 2. Unless you cut your engines immediately, we shall fire on your port jets.
Keep going, Bob.
There's nothing else we can do. Close your helmets and switch over to helmet intercom. Check.
Helmet closed. Intercom working. And we're beginning to lose height, Bob.
The enemy's close on our quarter, sir.
Mac, are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
What about Hicky?
I think he's had it.
Let me see. No, he's alive. But his shoulder's bleeding.
I'll get my first aid box.
There's no time for that. We've got to seal up the tear in his suit, quickly. Give me the emergency pack.
Here it is.
Pressure's dropping in the cabin. He's starved for oxygen. He mustn't panic. I remember the drill. First patch goes under the tear. In there. Like this. I hope that'll hold. Is his oxygen full on?
Yes.
Now, an outside patch.
He's breathing.
Good. This is about the best we could do for you, Hicky, old son. Sorry about the shoulder. He seems to have taken a crack on the head, too. Make sure his intercom is turned on, Mac. Otherwise, we won't hear him when he comes round.
Okay.
And the injury to your flight engineer. You can save his life only by bringing him over to us.
You hear that, Mac?
Yes, I hear it.
Well, I suppose we haven't much choice.
Afraid not. But what are the physical conditions inside their ship? If we do get Hicky over, would it be safe to take him out of his spacesuit?
Permit me to answer that question.
Of course. They can hear every word we say.
Yes, and we are not monsters. We shall provide you with breathable air at the pressure to which you are accustomed in normal space flight.
We must take your word for it. We're coming out.
Excellent. I'm glad that you're being sensible at last, Captain Britton.
Is there any pressure in the airlock, Mac?
No, the indicator's on 0.
Then you can open the inner and the outer hatches.
Right. Are you going to guide us?
Yes. I just tied Hicky's short line onto my belt. You can hitch yourself onto him, too.
Okay.
I've switched off his magnets. Be careful, he's quite weightless.
Right. Yes, okay.
We don't want to send him crashing into the roof. Hold on to his belt and let go.
Okay.
I'll grab him on the other side.
I've got him.
Good. Now, into the lock. Easy does it, Mac. Just move over to the edge and cut your boot magnets.
Magnets off. Oh, look. There's the other ship.
Yes. As I see, it's a similar shape to ours.
But more than twice the size. Formidably.
Hello, Captain Britton. You will observe that one of our hatches has been opened. That is your point of entry.
Yes, I see it. There's about 60 yards to go, Mac. Half a dozen bursts on the pistol should get us over. Are you all set?
All set.
Move right onto the edge, then.
Looks a long drop down to the earth. Wish we were there now.
You can't drop. There's no up. There's no down here, chum.
I know.
That open hatch is your target. Just keep your eyes on it. Goodbye, Orbiter 2.
We're away.
Yes, we're away.
3 minor and not very heavenly bodies.
Steady as you can now, Mac. I don't want to overshoot the target.
We're bang on. Can you see any signs of life aboard?
No. They're probably watching us through vision cameras. Switch on your magnets. Almost there. Here we go. Ah! How's that for a 3-point landing?
Nice work. This is certainly some ship. Seems bigger than ever when you're actually on it.
Yes. How's Hicky looking?
He's breathing. That's about all I can tell.
Better get him inside quickly. Come on. Close the outer hatch when you're through.
Right. Into the airlock. Well, here we are. Whether we like it or not. I wonder if it is air they're pumping into the lock.
We won't take any chances with it.
How far do you think we can trust these people?
I'd say we can probably trust them. Until they deliver us to their headquarters. Wherever that may be. Pressure seems okay. Let's try the inner hatch.
Now what goes on?
Not very much by the look of it. We seem to be in an empty cargo hold.
Welcome aboard, Captain Britton. Perhaps you will be good enough to close the hatch behind you.
I'll do it, Bob.
Thank you, Captain McClelland.
He knows my name.
We know a great deal about you, as you shall see. It is quite safe for you to remove your helmets.
Hold on while I test for air, Mac. Yes. Yes, it seems to be all right. Okay, off helmets.
Now you can breathe quite freely, and you will find medical equipment prepared for you.
Where's the voice coming from now?
Somewhere in the roof.
Quite right. It is not yet possible for us to meet, but there is a talkback in the roof. I am actually speaking to you from the control cabin.
We'll start asking questions later, Mac. Hicky's our first problem. Sort out the medical stuff while I unfasten his suit.
Yes, Bob.
His eyes are opening.
Who's there?
It's Bob. Bob, Hicky. How do you feel, chum?
Oh, all right. Had a bad dream. You got a drink of water, sir?
Yes, of course, here. Here's my squeeze bottle.
Oh,
Easy. Don't try to move yet. Yeah, I'll hold it for you.
thanks.
Steady.
Here's the medical box. They've laid on plenty of dressings and surgical instruments. Now we'll soon have that shoulder of yours cleaned up, Hicky, my boy.
Oh, thanks. I remember there was an explosion. Where are we now?
We're aboard the UFO.
What? Ooh.
Yes, dear. There was nothing for it, Hicky. Mac and I had to bring you over.
Hope I wasn't a lot of trouble, sir.
No, none at all.
But who are the UFOs?
We don't know yet. Shh, listen. They're transmitting WT.
It's being relayed from the control cabin through the talkback. They've cut the speaker. Did either of you get any of that?
Not really, but the start of it sounded like our call sign.
Yeah, it did too. It's obviously something to do with us.
Yes, but what? I'd give a lot to know what's in that message and who it's intended for.
Anything on the tracking monitors, Cam?
Afraid not, Colonel Kent. Only the interference pattern.
I don't understand it. Orbiter 2 should be clear of the interference zone by now. Unless, of course, Britain's run into the same trouble which put Bradley's ship out of action.
Colonel, there's WT coming through on Orbiter 2's frequency.
Something at last. Now, don't lose it. Cam, check the direction finders and make sure they're beaming onto those signals.
Yes, sir. This is CSP Control, Woomera, calling DF. Are you receiving WT on Orbiter 2 frequency? Check, please. Urgent.
Message from Orbiter 2 complete, sir. Here's the transcription.
Thank you. Let's see. Orbiter 2 to CSP Control. Am in free orbit with oxygen for 1 hour only. Cause of ship disasters, explosions in compression chambers. Do not sacrifice more ships. Design at fault. Bitter disappointment, Britain.
Sounds pretty grim, Colonel.
It isn't possible. Every component in those ships was tried and tested. But he says, design at fault.
Direction finders put his position at ZA70Y51, sir.
All right, I'll try to get back to him. His RT's probably wrecked, so we'll stay on WT, Brown.
Okay, Colonel.
Is there anything at all we can do?
Not a thing. Bob's perfectly right about not sending up any more ships. The whole matter will have to go before the Commonwealth governments. There'll be inquiries and tests.
How long will it take?
1 year, 2 years, maybe more.
I see. So the Commonwealth Space Project is back where it started, sir?
Not quite. Not while Bob and his crew are still alive. They may still give us some information which could change the whole picture.
No response from Orbiter 2, sir.
Oh, just keep sending.
So you see, Hicky, you, Mac, and I have the responsibility of finding out who the UFOs are, where they come from, and what their plans are. We must get that information back to CSP, whatever the cost.
Yes, I understand.
If only there was some way of
Attention!
getting...
Attention! We are about to move out of orbit. You are advised to strap yourselves down on the mattresses which have been provided.
Get weaving, boys. If we suddenly start accelerating with about 10G thrust, we'll be spread all over the bulkheads.
Yes.
You will hear a warning signal begin 10 seconds before we open the jets.
Well, they've started the compressors.
Fasten your straps. Can you manage yours, Hicky?
Yes, just about, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. How's your shoulder?
It's fine. Those dressings must have had something pretty good in them. Just the joint that's a bit stiff, that's all.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be okay. You look after yourself, sir.
Yes, I think I better.
10 seconds to go, Bob. Can you make it?
Yes, I can make it. I'll get your heads down.
Next stop, Mars. Could be...
Colonel Kent,
Yes?
the interference is clearing on the sound channel, sir.
What about the vision monitors?
Yes, the pattern is disappearing, Colonel. Picture coming up on Monitor 1.
Yes, it's one of our ships. But which, Bradley's or Bob's? Start calling again.
Cape York tracking station reports that the interference zone is fading and moving off to the west.
Too late to help us. In his last message, Britain told us they had oxygen for only 1 hour. And that's long past. Still, I'll try a call on RT. CSP calling Orbiter 2. You are now in the clear. Come in, please.
No. Nothing there, sir.
No, nothing. Not long ago, you asked me if we were back where we started, Cam. I'm afraid the answer now is yes, we are. Right back where we started.
Bob! I say, Bob.
Huh?
Wake up.
What is it?
Hicky, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Got a peculiar taste in my mouth.
So have I. We must have been drugged.
Yes. They've mixed something with the oxygen.
Oh, where are we?
We're still aboard the UFO.
It's time, Mac.
Hello. My watch is gone.
Mine has too. You got yours, Hicky?
No, it's not here. It's been whipped.
They all have. Our friends obviously don't want us to know how long we've been in flight. The calendar watchers would have told us plenty.
Well, we haven't grown long beards, have we?
They could have given us a shave.
Wouldn't put it past them. Don't miss a trick.
Yeah. How about giving the jailer a shout?
It can't do any harm. But we won't learn much.
We'll see. Hello there!
Yes, Captain McClellan, we are listening.
I thought you would be. What's the idea of the anesthetic?
We sent you into a deep sleep in order to spare you the monotony of a prolonged flight through space.
What about our watches? We want them back.
They will be returned to you. In a few moments, we shall be landing.
Landing, eh?
Where?
You will discover the answer to that if you cooperate. Now check your safety belts. We are about to open the retrojets.
We're bound to know where we are when we touch down. Can't keep us inside this thing forever.
No, and just wait till we do get home.
Prepare for landing. Get your heads back against the pads and relax. We're coming down through an atmosphere by the feel of it. We're down. Right, unfasten your straps.
Golly, I can hardly move. I feel as if I weigh about a ton.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, we're bound to notice the gravity after being in 0G. We must move slowly to start with. Sit up before you try to stand. Remember the drill.
It's not too bad. Let me give you a lift, Hicky.
Yeah, thanks.
How's your shoulder?
That's pretty good.
That's fine. But take it easy.
I'm okay.
Hello? Ship's moving again.
Now, what's going on now?
It feels as though we're going down on some sort of lift. I expect they're getting us clear of the landing platform. We'd better collect our gear before we're ordered out.
Hello?
What's wrong, Mac?
My jet pistol's missing. So's my torch.
Yeah, mine have disappeared too. What about yours, Hicky?
Yes, sir, the blighters have whipped the lot.
They're making pretty sure we don't give them any trouble.
Our time will come.
Hello, Captain Britton.
The jailer's calling in again.
You are now about to leave the ship. For your own safety, it is essential that you should follow my instructions precisely.
All right, I'm listening.
The ship has passed through an airlock into our underground hangar. You will not need your helmets and breathing apparatus. You may move straight through the inner and outer escape hatches.
Do you think this is a trick, Bob?
It could be. We must watch our step.
Carry on!
All right. Come on, boys. I'm going to open the outer hatch now. Are we all set?
Yeah.
Yeah, all set, sir.
Right. Here we go, then.
Oh, it's as black as pitch out there.
Now we know why they took away our torches.
Yes. This is all part of the shock treatment. Hey, look, there is a light.
Where?
It's coming up, just a faint glow over that steel door ahead.
Yeah.
There is. Hello, they're raising it for us.
Yes. Pretty massive affair it is, too. Must have been made as a safety precaution in case of fire out here in the hangar.
You are now about to enter the control center. After passing under the raised screen, you will go through the first door, which you will find on the right-hand side of the tunnel.
Here we go.
It's not going to be easy to get out of here, eh?
No, it isn't.
I've closed the entrance behind us. We'll just have to play along for a while longer.
That's all we can do. Right, keep moving. Stay together.
What do you make of the noise, sir?
The pumps generators, I can't tell. Maybe it's just part of the psychological softening up process. These people haven't brought us here for fun. If we've got some knowledge or information that they want, they may use unpleasant methods to get hold of it.
I wouldn't put anything past them.
And we seem to have reached the door we were told about.
Yes, this must be the one.
Now listen. Just a last word of warning before we go through. You know the methods of interrogation used in police states, Hicky?
Oh, no, sir.
And you, Mac?
I've heard about them, Bob. The old stress techniques, eh?
Exactly. And the build-up here seems to fit into the same pattern. Tension and uncertainty are calculated to undermine the judgment. So whatever happens, we must keep a grip on ourselves. Under no circumstances must we let these characters take over our thinking for us. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes, understood, sir.
Good. Well, let's go in and see what we're up against. Follow me.
That was the second episode of Orbiter X, an adventure in the conquest of space by B.D. Chapman. It was produced for the BBC by Charles Maxwell.